Hey there, Capricorn fam. How's it going? Thank you so much for joining me for this tarot reading. We're going to see what kind of positive vibes you may have to look forward to in March of 2025. All right, so I have already pre-shuffled. Let's go ahead and cut these decks together, starting with the archetypes as always. We have the Pilgrim. I saw that in the Taurus fam. On the bottom, we have the Judge. Okay. I feel like if there's anything that you should be enjoying this month, it's no strings attached. If you want to explore, whether it's figurative or literal, like it's about that time. You know what I mean? I feel like you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like it's time for an adventure. It's time to just take the training wheels off and go on an adventure. Like I said, it doesn't even have to include leaving the dang house. It's whatever that means for you, whatever that looks like for you. What is this on my blanket? Moving on. So, let's see. I feel like there's something I'm struggling to put words to with this vibe. So let's check what the book says. For the Pilgrim, an outward journey is always an inward journey. What did I say? This archetypal wanderer seeks wisdom, experience, and meaning in the farthest reaches of the globe and the deepest regions of the spirit. Others will wonder when the pilgrim will settle down and claim a more conventional life, but the pilgrim knows that the heart belongs in motion. Where there is motion, there is freedom, expansion, and growth. Responsibilities, social conventions, and logistics lull us to sleep, and soon the pilgrim becomes veiled in the slumber of the day-to-day. Yet, when this archetype awakens, it rallies our sense of adventure and leads us out the door toward a new reality. With the pilgrim at your side, you will never lack courage, nor do you need every amenity. Travel light, travel soon. Your spirit needs it. That's what I'm talking about, fam. But with the Judge on the bottom, I feel the urge to remind that, like, there's a difference between being able to recognize where someone else is on their journey and judging them for it, right? Making assumptions and such. Like, what kind of judge would you be? Would you, want to help the community thrive? Would you be wanting to help people heal? Or would you just, be cruel, racist? Like this hand here, and then there's a skull there. Those are really sticking out to me. I feel like there are aspects of yourself that can be judgmental. But I also feel that you've come so far that you've become better at recognizing without judgment. Yeah. Let's check the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck, see if that can help out. We got the title card with Princess. Be your own knight. You've been going through something and you don't need a savior. You are your own savior. No one can take care of you as well as you can. So there may be people who think they know what's best for you, who think they know what you need. Nah, you know exactly what you need to be able to get out of this tower. Whatever it is that you've kind of been feeling, whatever the situation has been, you know what I mean? You're coming out of a negative situation. And maybe that's that it's time to go vibe that's going on right here. Right? Like, it's time to go. Like, maybe you've been able to recognize, I got a ringing in my right ear. You've been able to recognize that there's a situation you've been involved in that hasn't been conducive to your peace of mind and your joy and your happiness. It's not been a healthy relationship, or, you know, it hasn't been balanced. There's been a power imbalance, and you don't need anyone else to save you. You didn't need those wings to fly either. What's on the bottom? Mural. Be your own first priority. You got to take care of yourself, my friend. All right? So don't worry about other people's opinions and shit like that. You know what you need. You know what sustains you. You know what makes your soul purr, don't ya? Heck yeah, you do. Before we cut the deck, I just want to point out that the Fool card is on the bottom. Hey. Fancy that, eh? It's like the Fool was like, yes, hello. I like to think of the tarot as its own story. So let's see if we can get some clarification. I don't know, but we can see. Chapter 1 is the Three of Swords. Excuse me? What's going on there? This is a Libra card, which right off the bat, I feel like I'm noticing that, because balance. You may be feeling a need for balance. And a part of that is recognizing that there's pain that you've been carrying around that you need to let go of. You need to pull those daggers out of your heart and let go of them. You have the wisdom from the experience. You need to leave the pain of it, the feelings, in the past. The past only has wisdom to offer you now, my friend. Okay? So right off the bat, you're being reminded that A, it's time to move on. Be very careful about the judgments you make. And you can take care of yourself. And you need to heal. We're not dealing with symptoms. We're not playing with band-aids. We're getting to the root of it all. That's what this time, for so many of us, with all the planets planeting and crap and the different kinds of retrogrades we've been dealing with, that's what it's all been about. Transformation. And you don't tell me Capricorns aren't good at transformations. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Right? But now we're not getting distracted by the nuts and bolts and this and la 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 la. We're getting into the nitty gritty and healing. And you deserve that. You deserve love to surround you and take care of you. I don't know if you can hear that, but I think there's like a motorcycle on the little highway that's not too far from here, because it is loud. Chapter 2 is the King of Swords. That's what I'm talking about. The kings and queens have been through it all. And this king knows exactly who he is. He knows exactly what he's capable of, right? He's handling things, but he also knows when it's time to delegate. I like to say that the king and queen of the swords, they're really good at the friendly debates. They're not taking things personal. They're not getting super worked up or anything like that. Like, they are really good at friendly debates, right? They can think clearly, with clarity and peace of mind, right? And that is what's helping you right now with this. Maybe someone said something or whatever that just went click. Oh, you know what I mean? Kind of like learning that you're autistic and suddenly your life makes way more sense than ever before. I'm not trying to say you're autistic because I don't know you, but you know what I mean? It's similar to that. Like, oh, well, shit. Now suddenly everything makes sense. What about chapter 3? What was that I was saying about somebody being able to say something that just enables clarity and stuff? You got, either you have a clear message coming in that's just gonna really help with some clarity, a clear message with some clarity. Goodness, Amy, what are you doing? Anyway, words are hard sometimes, okay? But I also like to think of the Page of Swords. Like, do you get misunderstood a lot? Do people tend to just take it for granted, even though that's not what I was originally going for, but maybe that's the one that was meant to come out. Like, people make incorrect assumptions about you all too often, and it's kind of annoying sometimes, right? Do you look younger than you are? Maybe there's something going on these days that's completely new to you and you feel like a novice, you know what I mean? Like, things that you've been learning and now you're putting into motion, but like it's all so new. So it's like, oh, okay, but you know what you're doing. This Page of Swords is not confused. They know exactly what they're doing. So you know what? If people want to go ahead and underestimate them, that's just fine. Go for it, you know, because this is going to work in your favor. Am I right? But like, look at these puffy white clouds in the background and that beautiful sky. And we have another bird. Just like we got a couple of birds here with the King of Swords, which is just another element to that peace of mind and just being free to soar and rise above it all, right? Or you have a message coming in. New ideas, clarity, something that's going to help. And I'm wondering if it has to do with this. That's just going to make things make sense. Chapter 4 is the Devil card. Now, this can speak of unhealthy coping mechanisms, the darkness of the yin and yang for your light. It's a very earth card. Hey, it's a Capricorn card. That's right. Hey, well, look at you. The Virgos had the Hermit. It's all working out in this shit. But I feel like it's grounding you. You know what I mean? Being able to have this understanding of things, this clarity, is really grounding you and enabling you to go out on your own and do your thing, right? I'm not looking toward the negativity of the Devil card. I'm looking toward that earth, that manifestation in the 3D, right? Being able to bring things from your mind into reality. And what's going to come up underneath the 3 of Swords? The 6 of Pentacles. That to give is to receive. Being a part of that flow of life. The Pentacles are earth. It's not just about money. It's about everything. What sustains you, right? Our garden, the seeds that we plant, that we cultivate. But there's also, this person is holding scales. And that speaks of the balance, that even though there are people below them that, they're giving money to, or whatever it is that they're handing off, could be food, shit. Those people aren't beneath them. They're still equals. Sometimes we're struggling and we need to tap into our support system. And maybe for you, either that's what's bitten you in the butt before and really wound up hurting you, or maybe you're learning that ebb and flow to life and able to find people, like once you get over this, and you work through it and you leave the pain in the past where it belongs and you enable the clarity of it all, that enables you to really be in the balance of life, the giving and receiving, not the giving and taking, the giving and receiving. You know, sharing is caring, fam. Sharing is caring, right? We're not worried about who's better, who's best. None of that. Equality, right? What's coming up underneath the King of Swords? Well, now we're just going in order, aren't we? The Seven of Pentacles. Maybe there's been things that, like, you're kind of getting a bit impatient on. Like, it's just taking seemingly forever. But what did I say? We're cultivating this garden. Nurturing this garden. And it's going to take as long as it needs to. And you know that. You know that. Right? I mean, those pentacles on that bush look pretty dang good to me. Right? So don't worry. Just take a beat. Take a breath. And know that you're tending to it. You're doing what you should be doing. There's a lot of earth here. We got minds and air and earth. Wow, so it's almost like heaven and earth going on. Bam! My goodness, Capricorns, what is up? Coming up underneath the freaking Page of Swords is the Nine of Cups. Are you kidding me? That's the wish fulfillment card. This buddy here looks like the cat that got a hold of the canary and was like, so tasty, right? Like, sorry if that just offended the crap out of anyone. This is all of your wishes coming true. And I really feel like you know it. You know what you're working toward. You know what you're building. And you know there's stability to it. Right? It's sustaining. You have clarity to your work. You know what you're manifesting. You know what you're doing. And you know that your efforts are... Did that thought really just disappear on me? It just went, boop, haha, good luck. Thanks. Coming up underneath the Devil card, fuck me. Are you kidding me, Capricorn? You know these two? Well, guess what? Boosh! But we're not just going to talk about when you heal. You open yourself up to being able to nurture, being able to cultivate and love. It's also self-love. Being able to take those unhealthy coping mechanisms and alchemize them into healthy coping mechanisms. Self-care, right? Being reminded that you should be your own first priority. That doesn't mean, hey, fuck everybody else. No. It's kind of like when you're on a plane and they say, hey, you need to put your own oxygen mask on first, okay, bud? Right? So, I mean, you know, maybe. Because when we're able to love ourselves, I know how cheesy it can sound, you know what I mean? But it just emanates, fam. It just emanates. And I feel like that's been a running theme in these earth signs readings this round. Is you're learning how to really take care of yourself. What sustains you. And good. Because that's all I could ever want for you, okay, fam? The epilogue to this motherfucking story is the Magician. Are you kidding me? You sit. I can't. What's on the bottom? The Nine of Wands. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. So we got 2 9s. 2 9s have entered chat. 2 6s. I'm just saying. Okay. The Nine of Wands is telling me that you are indeed in a time of healing. You've been recognizing not only your part in things, you're not turning it against yourself. You're not reprimanding yourself and flogging yourself. Flogging's at dawn. No, not anymore. You're healing. The worst is behind you. You've got this. This has been a time for healing. And you can manifest whatever the frig you want, all right? Whatever you want your life to be, this is your life. You have all of the tools necessary. These last 3 cards, fam, notice anything that they share in common? Thumbnail. Are you kidding me? Bam! Oh, look at you. It's a great time to be an earth sign, I'm telling you. Oh my goodness, there are things that you've been working on that you have peace of mind on now. This is also the Gemini card, which is leaning towards more air. That air, that earth, and then we've got the water. And we finally got a Wands card for that fire and passion. You're darn tootin', we got the Magician now. That's manifestations. That's being able to cultivate the life that you want. To finally be living the life that you want. For your plans and your goals, everything come into fruition, fam. That's some seriously positive vibes for March. I said that's what I was going for, and I was not lying to you. My goodness. Oh, Capricorns, look at you. I think you've got this. So let's see what the extra notes are for this round. If I can, my goodness, they're kind of going all over the place. These are just note cards that I made myself. It's kind of like a prototype for filling out one of those blank decks. Song lyrics, stuff, you know. If you have any recommendations, I would love to see them. Don't be surprised if I add them. And let's cut that deck. We have some that are wanting to they're kind of hanging down. So having a Sheriff Carter moment, right? Huh? What? Sheriff Carter, that comes from the show Eureka that was on the Sci-Fi Channel. He was brought into this town to be the sheriff there. That's actually a town full of geniuses. So a lot of times they kind of treated him like he was the idiot in the room. Do you ever, you know? What did I say? You ever get underestimated? All I have to say to that is, fuck those people. Pardon my mouth, but fuck them. Anybody treating you like that and insulting your intelligence can get right the heck on out, okay? Because you don't deserve that. And something tells me you know that damn well. But the other one is backstabber. Who in your life is jamming these swords in your back? Please tell me you do not consider them your friend. Because they have no right to that, okay? And you need to get them right on out. You need to remove the tick from your flesh, okay? But back to what I was, you know, how I cut the deck and was going to, you know, before those were like, excuse us, it's our turn. Can we just sneak in here for a moment? Hashtag soon. That kind of puts this card into perspective. I'm hearing freaking, because I have I quoted that Smith song, How Soon Is Now, in the little red note there. See, I've already waited too long. Thank you for confirmation, Spirit. And then what lies beyond creature comforts? What lies beyond the stuff that you thought life was, right? I feel like that's part of your transformation, is recognizing this is what Hollywood and all these PR firms and marketing and bullshit, our governments, whatever the heck. I'm not here to talk conspiracy theories, although I do like that. Most of the ones that get me, like, have a tendency to turn out to be real, right? Redacted as fuck, but real. Money doesn't actually change people. It has a tendency to show you who they really are. And all too often, when you think about people with the lottery and how they plow right through their money, it's not always because they didn't know how to manage it and they ended up going way beyond because they got excited or whatever. What's something that people talk about? Everyone coming out of the woodworks and needing to borrow money, needing help with this or that or whatever the heck, right? What lies beyond what you thought life was supposed to be, what you used to think was comfortable? And how much better can it actually be? And on the bottom, okay, on the bottom is, this is what I think of every time I see the Three of Swords, fam. You know that OG Crow movie on the soundtrack? Can't rain all the time, and it won't rain all the time. Okay, fam? It just won't. It can't. All right? Aw, but that also kind of fell and slipped so that I could see that underneath it is the all good card. It's all good. It is all good. Like, boom. Let's get, so the top row was all these swords and the devil card, right? And the bottom row has 2 6s. With the magician at the end for the epilogue. Bam. It's all good. It's all good. You've been learning how to trust yourself and you've been getting clarity. And that's really helping you. And that's just going to continue in March. And it looks like some pretty darn spectacular things are right there waiting for you. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me for this reading, Capricorn fam. I really appreciate the company. And always remember that I love you.